It's clear that lawmakers are outraged in Equifax's response and how they handled this whole data breach. In terms of solutions, what are the options on the table here that have been discussed that the company you think is open to?
Well, first and foremost, the subcommittee's duty was today is to get these facts out. And, we had about 3 hours of questions that were going on. And it really came down to that, people were pretty much absolutely amazed, maybe is the best word for it, as what we heard. Because we heard that, starting back in March, that the company was warned that there was a potential problem with software that needed to be patched. They had that warning. It went on then within the company. It didn't happen, and time went by, and all of a sudden, then we get to where we are today, where there's a massive breach, as you said, where there's over 145 million people out there that could very well have their information, stolen. So what we're, as I said, the big thing we wanted to get done today was to get these facts out. But again, there's laws on the books. When you look at the laws that are out there that are supposed to be followed, and the question now is, were they being followed? And also not only on the laws, but on the regulatory side, because there's specific things that you have to do to make sure that you're protecting this consumer information and keeping it secure.
Congressman Latta, obviously Equifax made some gigantic blunders here, and I guess more information will come to light. And as you suggest, perhaps we'll see how it conflicted or didn't with the laws on the books. But there's going to be more hacks, and lots of companies have private data on all of us that will get hacked in the future. Is there anything that can be done from a big picture regulatory perspective to change the fact that we have to give up so much private data to get a cell phone, to get cable, to open a credit card, whatever it is, basically ensuring that these entities become honeypots or storehouses that hackers want to target?
Right. Well, one of the big things is out there, because I've served on a couple of cybersecurity task force, and we just moved the autonomous vehicle legislation through my subcommittee and then on to the House floor and over to the Senate. But, one of the things when you're talking about cybersecurity and making sure that things are safe, you've got to have redundancy built in. And, it's just like back home when we've had meetings with the FBI for folks around the district. I've always told people this: the day that you think that you're secure is the day you've probably gotten hacked. So it's always having the redundancy, but it's also making sure that you're keeping up on things. But again, what we heard today, what happened was, the warnings were there, the warnings were given, they were within the company, that things weren't done. So, we want to we have to go back and look at, the company did not do what it was supposed to do, not only when they were told to do it, but also within their own company. They were told to be doing things that they failed to do.